We're still coming up.
It's a classic, right? It's a classic.
We're still trying to talk about doing a vinyl set on that.
That's right. Yeah, the vinyl set. You know.
Brian, what did you think of this round one right now? This round.
Of this round, pure dominance, man. I mean, I've always said that if this kid plays his cards right, he could be one of the best fighters in boxing history.
Me and you talked about this a couple episodes ago. Do you consider him maybe in the line of being one of the great Mexican, like one of the stars of Mexico? Because I don't think Canelo is a star in Mexico. I don't even think his Mexican people like Canelo.
No, I think the Mexican people were. I mean, did you hear a lot of boos yesterday when he was announced the winner?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard some boos, yeah.
Look at that fucking shit.
But I think he's next in line.
Oh, Jesus.
Did that count?
It should count. He knocked him
they're
down.
right there. That shows right there that he has the potential to be one of the best fighters. Not Mexican fighters, but one of the best fighters in boxing.
What? How? He fucking just bum rushed this kid. What the fuck are you talking about? I keep saying if he gets a good trainer and they fucking fine tune his ass better, he probably could be.
Yeah, because
there we go. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If he fucking sticks around with the fucking one of the fucking Charlo brothers, he gets his ass knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, Charlo.
The kid's young.
Because the Charlo brothers are just as tall as he is, and they can throw too. And technically, they're just better.
That was just a fucking.
I don't see him doing that to an elite fighter.
I don't either. I don't
even know who this Cook guy was.
Well, Brandon Cook was supposed to fight Kell Brook, and Kell Brook pulled out, and then he fought this guy instead. Oh. So, I mean, the only reason I know about him is because he was supposed to be a Kell Brook opponent.
Yeah, he does. I remember that guy that was in the Oscar De La Hoya camp. Yeah, I remember him now.
Yeah, he was the main trainer for, I think, after the... I'm trying to remember.
I think the Trinidad fight, right?
The Trinidad fight. He was the guy that told him, box, or some shit like that.
Yeah, I remember Oscar De La Hoya kept fucking changing trainers all the time.
Well, because he always blamed his trainers. Oh, I lost because I'm a trainer. I lost because I'm a trainer. No, you lost because you suck. You suck. Go snort some fucking coke. You suck, bro.
De La Hoya, especially the first part of his career, made a bank on down and out ex-champions. And I mean, they're good names to have on your resume, I suppose.
Again, that's why I always say he's kind of the boxer that gets a fucking participation trophy for fighting the guys, the Hall of Famers like Trinidad, Mosley, Bernard Hopkins, Pacquiao, Mayweather. I mean, to the point that he basicly lost to a German unknown journeyman.
Yes, and they gave him the fight.
Come the fuck on. That tells you he's only he's the only boxer that gets a participation trophy.
I don't know if you guys saw when he fought Pee Wee Whitaker, but he lost that fight too.
There you go, thank you.
He lost that fight too.
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Yep, he lost that fight.
I mean, his only wins are against a faded Pernell Whitaker, but still competitive.
I think he lost to Pee Wee Whitaker.
Okay, but still competitive. Oh shit, we got another guest here. He'll be introducing himself shortly. What's going on, bro?
Feces.
Oh shit! There you go.
Mr. G Spot is in the house.
Mr. G Spot. Okay. His only fucking notable wins against a fucking Jorge Paez, Julio Cesar Chavez faded.
But Jorge Paez was faded too, and he admitted later that he got paid off.
Jorge Campos.
Don't forget Ike Corte.
Campos is fucking faded already.
The only one that I thought that he legitimately beat at that one, Ike Corte.
That's the only one we gave him.
That's it.
Ike Corte is the only guy.
The only fucking guy. Other than that, and even then, he needed to knock him down in the 12th round to beat him because he was gassed out, which was like the thing with De La Hoya. If you get him past the 7th round, you had a chance to beat his ass. That's just how it went, you know? Again, I just never really felt all that high. I mean, all the girls loved him because, oh, he's so cute.
That's the only thing.
And I'm like, really? You think so?
What's next for Munguia? You think another couple more showcase fights?
Yeah, I think you need to showcase him a little more. I think you need to. I agree with you. I think you need to get him a better trainer than that fool because when he bum rushes, he comes in sideways with his hands down, and anybody who can move to the side and come over the top with a good right stiff hand will knock his fucking ass down. I think that he needs a little work on his defense, and but I mean, let's face it, he's got a terrific fucking left hook. And he's got that straight right. If he can set that up and become a bit more technical, that kid can be pretty dangerous. But I see flaws in his game. I think that he needs a better trainer than this. I really do.
Brian, what's your take?
Well, I agree with you guys when you say that he needs a better trainer. Totally agree. And also, he's a crowd-pleasing fighter, too. So that's another plus for him that why people will love him. So... He looked good in this fight, and I think that in the future he will get better, hopefully. But again, he has the potential to be one of the best.
So far we're all fucking agreeing on everything here, which is pretty much a good episode. We're not first takers, so we're pretty much doing a good job here.
So far, yeah.
So let's fast forward into this because they go into an hour and a half or nothing. Basically, people paid for $84.90. Well, basically $85, rounded off, to basically hear three fucking biased people, except for Roy Jones.
No, Roy Jones was fucking biased as well too. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Mr. G-Spell, what you think of Roy Jones?
The whole pack was biased. The only one that had it right was Letterman.
Exactly.
Letterman had it right.
Yeah, I think Letterman had it right.
So he just said Letterman had it right.
Kellerman, and they were all pumping up Canelo. So.
Fucking Canelo.
Which is funny because you know what? Both of their contracts ended with HBO, so they were trying to suck on Canelo's dick to be like, please don't leave us. Please don't fucking leave us.
Well, didn't they say that they were going to go somewhere else?
Well, this is their card.
Hold on, let's review the cards from the last one. Okay, so
I had it 7 rounds to 5. I reviewed it again a week before the fight. I did it again 7 rounds for Triple G, 5 rounds for Canelo Alvarez, 115, 113.
I had
Where's
it
my
8,
score?
I had it 8-4 Triple G.
For the last fight, not this current fight.
No, for the last fight.
Okay.
I disagree with. I disagree with you boys on giving Canelo the last couple of rounds. I think that he started those rounds strong, but he ended up with the last couple of rounds that
I gave him the 10th and the 12th.
I didn't even give him those rounds because I thought he started off good, but he ended up with his back against the ropes like he did in every other fucking round. So I didn't see why I needed to give him those rounds.
Brian, what did you have on last fight? Did you score it by any chance?
I did. I don't know if you got the picture.
No, the last fight, not this one. The last fight, the first one.
The last fight, the first fight, I had it 115, 113 for.
So
Golovkin.
you had it 7-5.
I had it 7-5. I had it 116.
A good majority of people online have had it 7-5 for the first fight.
I had it 8-4 on the first fight.
Okay.
I think after the fourth round, once Triple G dropped the hammer, again, it goes back to kind of like what we were gonna, and I want to get into this a little more as to how I compare the judging in this fight to the judging in the in the fight that happened last week between Porter and Garcia, because I think there's a sort of a parallel line in how the scoring went. So we just passed Adelaide Bird's card, B-Ray.
Bitch right here.
Now,
go to the scorecards. You know how HBO showed the scorecards from the judges from last fight?
Yeah. And
right? Fast forward to that one.
Yeah, we're looking at the first card, which is Adelaide Bird's card. Now,
okay.
Hold on. Let Brian set up. So if you want to do explain what you're going to say about the Sean Porter Danny Garcia fight, while Brian fast forwards to that segment we're going to.
I wanted I was really wanting to call in you guys last week when you guys were talking Sean Porter Danny Garcia. Like yourself, Mr. J, I had that fight 7-5 for Garcia, and here's why. And again, this is where I think there's a parallel with the judging in this fight that we're about to review. Yeah, Porter came in. Initially he tried to box, try to confuse Danny Garcia, and then he went into his bum rush thing that he likes to do. Throw a lot of punches and bully you against the ropes and blah, blah, blah. But what I think Garcia did in that fight was stay off the ropes, keep the fight in the middle, and he blocked a shitload of punches. A lot of those punches that were being thrown by Porter were blocked.
Well, if you check Comic Box, it says that he threw more, but didn't land shit. And Danny Garcia's punches were, he wasn't 100%, but man, he landed at almost 45%. Mm-hmm. And that counter left that he had going, wow, it was popping. I don't know what the fucking judges are basing their. But do you score activity or do you score the cleaner, effective punches? Because I'm understood as ring generalship, defense, and clean, effective punches.
Hey, that's how I would look at it too.
So out of the 3, Sean's only doing fucking 1.
Right. So that means that if you and I were in the ring and I just swing wildly and
you'd probably win the fucking fight in those guys in those eyes.
Which is kind of what I saw in this fight. I know that we're jumping a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but this is kind of what I saw in this fight too. I saw Canelo, being in the middle of the ring, throwing a lot of punches, but I saw Golovkin blocking a lot of those things. Especially the shots that Lampley and Max Kellerman kept saying were hitting the body. I saw him hitting the fucking elbow. And we have the benefit of replay.
What's funny thing, in one of the rounds, Triple G lands a right hand, and Jim Lampley openly says, "Oh, he missed that right hand." I'm like, where the fuck do you see he missed the right hand?
Exactly.
You blind fuck.
Are you at the Adelaide Bird card?
I'm at the yes. I'm looking at the scorecards right now.
Adelaide Bird gave her the first 3 rounds,
which is
Canelo,
which is okay,
which I gave to Canelo too. She gave also round 5 and 6, which I didn't because
I didn't either.
Triple G started pouring on from round 4 all the way to round 9 because I gave Canelo round 10. So Adelaide Bird gave Canelo round 1 to 3, 5 and 6, and basically gave it 8 to 12, which is fucking absurd.
That's ridiculous.
Absurd. How the fuck do you give that? You gave Triple G what? Round 4, round 7, and that's fucking it. How the fuck do you pull that shit off?
You know,
Bitches on the take. If you don't, I mean,
yeah, Mr. G over here said the same thing, that she must have been that the mafia must have walked up to her desk right before the fight, right, and said, "You know, there's some friends of ours in the audience who would appreciate if you give this fight to Canelo. I'm gonna go back and eat my popcorn now."
You gotta get. She had to get a wink, a fucking smile, and a bag under her bed.
This is just. I mean, she must have had a horse's head in her bed that morning.
Seriously, dude, how the fuck? How do you score that fight? How do you score it like that? That is, again, that means you already filled out the fucking paperwork even before the fight started.
Look,
in my eyes,
I'll grant you that 10 and 12 you could have given it to Canelo, but I didn't.
I would have wished we could have done an episode we could have seen because the round 10, the only way I gave it to Canelo is because Triple G didn't do shit for that round. It was only that fucking right hand that basically snapped Triple G and he took it. Other than that, Triple G was inactive that round, and you had to score it for Canelo for that one fucking right hand.
Right, okay.
They're both inactive, but Canelo was the only guy that gave you a highlight.
I'll give you that, but at the same time, you got to remember where Canelo was at the end of that round with his fucking back against the ropes.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So.
But again, both were inactive in my view. Round 12, I felt that Canelo was pouring it on a little bit more in spurts. Triple G was still fucking chopping away and trying to get in there to land something, and it was Canelo countering in spurts. So round 10 and 12 go to Canelo for fighting in those fucking spurts.
But this isn't the card that bugged me actually.
Which one bugged you?
Adelaide Bird's card. I mean, it's disturbing to see that kind of a score.
How the fuck does that would have bugged me?
Yeah, you know, I think Adelaide Bird kind of like took off a couple of rounds after the 7th round to go get herself some refreshments, and came back and said, "Oh shit, I didn't score this shit, so I'm going to just give it to Canelo."
You know, Joe Rogan said, you know what they should start doing now? Instead of having them ringside, they should have them in undisclosed locations, watching a monitor, muted.
Yeah.
No commenting or nothing.
I agree.
Score the fight there.
I agree.
Because some judges are swayed by the fucking audience, or who knows, they're being talked to by some fucking gangster. You know, perfect good impression of Marlon Brando, good sir. Yeah, let's go to the next card. That's what
Mr. G thinks. He thinks that there was a...
So Dave Moretti scored it.
Dave Moretti.
Who did he have winning?
Detective Moretti. That's from Dog Day Afternoon.
Wow.
So
he almost scored it like me. I scored it the first 3 rounds for Canelo and the last 2.
No, he gave the first two rounds of Canelo.
Yeah, so it's kind of opposite, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost... So he gave round 3 to fucking 9 to Triple G, and they gave Canelo the last 3 rounds after winning the first 2 rounds after that. So, Mr. Liu, what did you think of that card?
I disagree with round 11 for sure.
I did too.
And I disagree with round 12. I know you boys gave Canelo round 12, but again, at the end of that round, the 12th round, again, Canelo came out like gangbusters and landed some pretty heavy shots, but by the end of the round, he had him on his heels again. So, you know, you have to look at the whole round, in my view, in context. You know, it's always like one of my sayings has always been, it's never how you start, it's how you end that counts. Yeah. You know, Oscar De La Hoya was famous for getting his ass whooped for 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a round, and then would rally in the last 10 seconds and make it seem like he won the round and stick his glove up in the air. And that wasn't the case in this thing. I just want to rank on Oscar De La Hoya because I hate him so much.
This is basically an bagging episode of De La Hoya, which is well deserved. Let's not even say he's not. It's well deserved.
Right, but I gave in my card I gave Golovkin the last round. I gave him everything after round 4 actually.
Like I said, I gave him round 4 to 9. No, 4 to 9. I gave Canelo the 10th, gave Triple G the 11th, and gave Canelo the 12th, which gives him the rest of the fight to Triple G, 115, 113. Well, I mean, go to the next card right now. This is David Moretti. So the next one's what? Fucking
David Moretti. Let's see who else is. Whose card is next? Don Trella.
Don Trella.
That's what you thought was the gangster, right?
Round 7, isn't that when?
Yeah, that's when.
Triple G nearly knocked Canelo down.
Yep.
They gave that round to Canelo. It's like, how can you do that?
That's where you get the actual mafia stuff going down. Now, this is the card that I thought was the disturbing card. I